Don't want to be giving anyone any sort of weird showers. I'm no expert, but I think that's cotton. That sounds awful. Today's episode, I jumped on a bus in the most northerly town in the UK, Verzo, heading 23 miles east to Johno'groats, known for its famous sign, brightly coloured hotel, and even the most northerly brewery. So join me, Danny, as I take on the short hike from johno'groats to Duncansby stacks, including the Lighthouse along the way. So we're heading down along the coast using the All Trails app. Great little app that you can guide you through your trails and you can see how far you went. Really cool. I use it all the time. It's on every app store and it's free. But just look how beautiful this is. We've got johno'groats in the background if you can hear me over this wind. And the beach just changes from gravel to sand and goes all the way back. We're heading out towards the Lighthouse, which is in the distance, following this track along farm ground. All the way along this coastline you'll see these, they're waypoints to the johno'groats trail. Really handy if you're going along north or south. They're just pretty cool for showing you the way. It's not just humans that enjoy going to the beach. It would seem it's our sheep friends as well. I love that. That's great. And there's some common parts in Scotland to see cows and all sorts of other things on the beaches. But yeah, it really is pretty. Look at our friends here, just what a location. I think we've got Stroma or Hoy just in the distance there. And in the further distance we've got the Orkney Islands. There's somewhere I really want to get over to at some point. But I'm not sure if this camera will show it up too well. But this water is a beautiful colour. It's like a turquoisey colour. And the closer you get, the clearer it is. I'll try and get some shots later on. And the beaches are just so pretty. I've actually gone off the All Trails app now. My own fault. I should have downloaded the offline version, because my signal on my phone is never very good. But it really is just so pretty here. You might be able to see some of the turquoisey bluey colours in the water there over the sound of the wind. And I'm going to head around the outer of the head here. We're all the way around and there's over the far distance, which you won't see I'm sure. Not my friends there that are walking towards me, but there's a lighthouse, and from there we go towards Duncansby stacks. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right. We're going to take a further look and just see what this trail's about. It's only supposed to take something like an hour and 40 minutes as a circuit loop, so that's from johno'groats all the way out here and back to johno'groats. Today I'm just so lucky with this weather. It's warm, it's not raining yet. Clouds aren't looking too promising, but it really is pretty. So lucky today. Coming from the direction of johno'groats, I followed the coast along. Views of the islands there, all sorts of animals and wildlife, loads of sheep as far as the eye can see on this side, and plenty of their landmines all over the floor as well. But we're heading off into the distance here. On top of that hill there's a lighthouse, Duncansby Lighthouse. I think the only daunting thing is the fact it's on top of a hill, and that's where my hike kind of starts for the circuit part of this route. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to find somewhere to grab some water before I attempt this hill, and hopefully we'll see some good views. The camera makes it look like I'm a lot closer. I'm not. I'm actually quite far from them. Some of them are getting a bit too brave. They come up to you. I'm assuming it's because there's so many tourists through here now. They're probably being fed all sorts of things they shouldn't be. So they kind of get a bit tame. But there's a motorcycle gang, you might not see it here. It's a gang, motorcycle group. There was about another 20 of them that had just gone up the road here. Brilliant. Probably from Germany or somewhere. I just got speaking to a German couple. Well, as much as we could understand each other, I think it went both ways. And they seem to be enjoying their trip here. Who knows if they're on a camper van or something. But I just can't believe how many sheep we're seeing at the moment. We've got some lovely ones here. And I mean, their views are just something else. And the winds are really low. Usually, obviously I've got to get to the top of the hill. Usually the winds are unbearable here, like you really have to hold on to everything. We've got the hills on the islands over there. Another thing about tourist season is I really need a wee, and there's no chance I can go here. I'm not too worried about people seeing me. They're that far away. I'm more worried about the wind. I don't want to be giving anyone any sort of weird showers. God, that sounds awful. But my goodness. I've just come along there where I saw some sheep down through the valley and then back up this side. And we're now just making our way up this hill. Got some more sheep friends over there. They seem to be everywhere. Probably going to be for this whole trip. And I'm going to find somewhere to have a sandwich, take in the view, just see what more there is to see. I can't imagine the sea puffins from here. It's just such a busy area. I think they're more likely to be along the coast where you can only get to by boat. I could be completely wrong. As I go over this stile here, we're starting to get views of the tip top of the lighthouse. So it's now just either a walk straight or a walk around the head. So I'm going to take the head route and see what we can see. And you just see the views of where I've come from. Really is pretty. There's a minibus over there, probably with a local tour group coming out to see the stacks and the lighthouse. If you like walking, you can do it from John O'Groats on foot. Maybe park up there, come out here, go back, enjoy one of the cafes. There's a brewery which you would have seen a slight the brewery tasting rooms and things that I showed a video of towards the beginning of this video. You've also got 8 Doors Distillery, which is also one of our local distilleries here in Caithness. It's a beautiful walk, and even if you only do part of it and then go back and have a hot chocolate or something, I reckon that's a pretty good day out. So now at the last stretch up to the lighthouse, and we've definitely got quite a bit higher now. It doesn't show on camera as much as I wish it did, but we've got pretty high up, and we can now see back towards John O'Groats. You can see those colourful buildings in the background. Picture on screen of what they are. You would have seen them in the video earlier on. And I've essentially just followed this coastline all the way around. You can see all the white dots, they're all sheep. And you've got the road there that curves through the hills up to Duncansby Lighthouse and Duncansby Stacks. So we're now just going to follow this fence line round and show the lighthouse and then head towards the stacks, and then it'll be time to loop back round and head back to John O'Groats. In the distance there, just past the sheep, we've got a sneak peek of the stacks towering over in the distance, and you can really see how far I've come. Again, John O'Groats in the background. We've got the ferry to Orkney or Shetland or both. That's what I believe that boat is in the distance, if you can see that. And again, John O'Groats Trail marker points. You really couldn't get lost on that trail unless you were really not paying attention, because there's so many trail marker points. It'd be so difficult to get lost. And up here we have all the camper vans and cars of the tourists and maybe some locals. We've got some rental camper vans I can see coming up to the viewpoints. We've got all the nesting birds here. You can hear the sheep as well. They're not too far away. All the nesting birds in the rocks. And here we have Duncansby Lighthouse. It's about as far as I can get to it because it's private property. But it really is in a beautiful location. And the rain's now coming out, that's typical. As you come over the hill from the lighthouse, you start to see the stacks in a much better vision. Now I'm going to head down this path towards the stacks, and there is a path in the distance that takes you up to look down at them as well.
Yes, I think you saw.
What a view we have here of the stacks. Now I'm going to follow this path down here and up the hill, which will probably kill me, up to the stacks to see if I can get a better view of it from up there. Views just get better and better here. The closer you get to the stacks, you just see how crazy high they are. And I've met loads of nice German people here today as well, which is cool. But just look at that. This may not look steep, but I'm pretty sure this will be the end of me. It's not actually that bad, I'm just severely unfit. Some great views across the hills. Just about made it to the top. My God, breathing is terrible. Hoping there's going to be some spectacular view up here. So when I had the first view of the stacks, I stood directly opposite me now on that tall cliff. I went down that hill and then back up, which is why I'm out of breath. And now we can see the coast that we walked along to get there. And Groats isn't too easy to see in the background as it's just over the hill. But as you see, these hills are lined with these really pretty looking white flowers. I'm not too sure if they're just lots of daisies like here, or dandelions or whatever they're called, but they may be some other sort of flower. I'm now heading out towards what I'm hoping is a viewpoint, and hopefully that wasn't a hill of torture for me for no reason. Just to show how far up we are, just look at that. It might not show as well on camera. This is what I mean by all these white flowers. In fact, I'm going to have a wander over quickly just to see what they are. What is it? Let's have a look. I'm no expert, but I think that's cotton. I'm almost certain this is cotton. Pretty sure I'm about to get a pretty spectacular view. This really is pretty from up here. All the white dots you may be able to see are nesting birds, mainly seagulls, or scories as they call them up here. And it just is fantastic. The weather's coming in a little bit dark now, but it truly is beautiful up here. I just met a couple from down in sort of the midpoint of England with their lovely, I think it was a Labrador called Cyril. So we got a picture of them with the stacks in the middle there, and what a lovely couple. They come up to enjoy some parts of the sort of the North Coast 500 and wherever they decide to go and explore. We're now just going to take a little bit of a further walk along here, and then it's going to be return point. Just enjoy these views while we got the weather. So here we have it, folks, the Duncansby stacks. I'm not sure why I'm finding it difficult to say that. As I get very close to the edge, I'll be very careful. And here we are, and you can see the colours in the rocks there. It's really pretty, and the water below clear as anything. I'm now going to get down from up here and head back down towards johno'groats, and if I see anything worth sharing, I'll be right back at you in a moment. The last glimpse of the lighthouse before I head back towards johno'groats. We've got the car parking attendants here. They just make sure you stay within the lines. yet again, as I do in all my walks up here, I get faced with the thoughts of just how lucky I am. Just how lucky I am up here. The sheep are very loud today. It's quite funny to see. Here they are, dotted around the fields. That's some very noisy sheep as the sun's trying to come back out, and it hasn't yet. That's why words we don't like to say here. It hasn't yet started to rain. I've had a few spits, but nothing so far. I've got about 20 to 30 minutes, I'd assume, back to johno'groats now along the coast, where I'm going to be picked up by a friend and go and have a tea and have a chat. Head back to Groats, grab some water, grab somewhere to go to the toilet, because I didn't manage to go because I would have ruined so many people's pictures. There would have been people in Germany, America, Tokyo, and I forget where else people were from that I got talking to. And they truly were some really lovely people. It's a beautiful part of the world to come to. I'm really not surprised we get so many countries come here. Got some beautiful beaches. There's a couple down there on the beach that took the path off onto the actual beach there. And in the distance there, we've got various islands that hopefully one day on this channel, but I have plans to explore a hell of a lot of islands. But that won't be until I've got some sort of vehicle. Got some friends coming towards me now. I've got some friends passing me now. Hello. Yeah. Oh, hello. Okay. And then we've got these ones, which I'm just going to let walk past. You might hear the oyster catchers in the background too. And just as we talk about rain, it's starting to come down. Thank you for coming into the second episode. If you like these sort of things, definitely come and follow along, because there's going to be a hell of a lot more to come. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the next episode. Just look at that.